Good morning, fifth grade math students. I am coming to you live from the math studio. Today we're going to talk about one of our new favorite topics, and that would be ratios. Hooray! We know that ratios are a comparison of two, objects or items, okay? And we can do that with different objects around the room. We can do it with objects we find in the store. Anything like that is fine. And yesterday pardon my stripe. Yesterday we talked about ratios as far as we were comparing fruits and shellfish and all different things. What I'd like for you to do right now is to look around the room, and I want you to write a ratio for the number of chalkboards, the giant green chalkboards, to the number of desks in the classroom. So if you could take a minute to do that. And if you look, there are two giant green chalkboards, I think. I'm doing this from memory. 26 desks. We did not include mine. So there's our ratio. It's a comparison of chalkboards to the desks. Okay? So if you got that, give yourself a little smiley face. We can also show this ratio as a fraction 2 over 26. Okay? What we're going to play, okay?
No, don't ask me. Let me tell you. It didn't work. Yeah, I got both. You don't press that.
Okay, is we're going to take those ratios and we're actually going to turn them into equivalent ratios. And we talked about equivalent fractions before, and equivalent ratios are they're quite the same. We look at that root of the word, that EQU, and we know that that is the same term that we use when we say something is equal, right? So if you put that all together, you know that equivalent ratios are really going to have this comparison of two things to each other. We can change them around a little bit. So equivalent ratios, we're going to say they're the same comparisons of numbers. So they're the same. So they're the same comparisons of numbers. So if we took that 2 over 26, that was our ratio of desks, right? Oh, I made a mistake. That is the comparison of, that's the comparison of chalkboards. My writing's kind of messy on this. To desks. We said that we could write it two different ways, 2 over 26, 2 to 26. Now, we're going to figure out the equivalent ratio for that. So 2 over 26. Because you are such math masters, you will look at that fraction and you'll say, where's my light bulb? There's my light bulb going on in my head. That's my fifth grader. Hooray! And the light bulb goes on and the fifth grader says, hey, those are two equal numbers. We must be able to reduce them. So 2 over 26 can be simplified to divided by 2, divided by 2, 1 over 13. That's an equivalent fraction to 2 over 26, right? Let's a different set of numbers. Let's say in our classroom today we had 5 frogs, and let's say we had 10 fish. I can't draw a frog, but I'm going to do my quick fishy, okay? So when I said I want to know what the ratio is for frogs to fish. And we're going to say that there's 5 frogs to 10 fish. Okay, 5 over 10, right? 5 over 10 can go two ways as an equivalent fraction. We can say that an equivalent fraction for 5 over 10, or our frogs to fish, is half. We have half as many frogs as we do fish. Or we can say, let's make another equivalent fraction. Let's go up. So if I multiply those by 2, okay, I could say that's an equivalent fraction, okay, or an equivalent ratio. We can even say 5 over 10, there's an equivalent fraction or ratio of 15 to 30, okay? That they all equal a half. So they all kind of go back to that initial fraction, or frogs to fish. Okay, one thing the book is going to really talk about is getting these equivalent ratios into different groupings. So let's say that you are at home and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chocolate chips, okay? And you have cookies. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Cookies. So you have 6 chocolate chips. Trying to make this readable. Chips, and you have 12 cookies. Well, what the book is going to show you is taking this ratio. So think right now, what is the ratio of chocolate chips to cookies? And I know you all just said 6 to 12 because you're so smart. Okay? So the ratio of chocolate chips to cookies is 6 to 12. Well, what you can do is look at this in groupings. You can change this ratio and you can say that's 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups. So now all of a sudden I have a different grouping and that's going to be equivalent. I have 3 groups of chocolate chip cookies, or chocolate chips, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cookies, right? I could even do that another way, if you want to just bear with me while I do some erasing. So I'm taking off those groupings. So as you saw, 6 twelfths became 3 6 in that grouping, right? And then I'm actually going to erase all this. It's faster. And I'm going to just make new cookies because I ate all the cookies. Okay. So if I make 12 more cookies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Don't they look delicious? I could say that I have 1 whole group of 6 cookies. Okay, or 6 chocolate chips. 1 whole group of 6 chocolate chips. 2 groups of cookies. So really, it's the same thing we've been doing a lot of. It's just talking about it in a different way. So it wants you to look at this group of 6 chocolate chips and 12 cookies in a completely different way than you can look at. So, if we looked at that as a fraction, 6 twelfths, we know we could reduce it 3 6 to a half. But try to take a look at the pictures in the book and see if you can visually figure it out. Here is you are going to go to your textbook. So take out your textbook and you're going to look at page 270. You're going to read pages 276 and 277. And they're going to be talking about those groups of ratios with green apples and red apples. And then you're going to complete page 278. And we'll check that together when you're done. Once you're done everything, put it in your notebook. If you feel like you can go on to the next page, at least take a look at it. And for now, we are just going to be so excited. You're going to give me an R, because you're all done. Give me an A, give me a T, give me an I, give me an O, give me the S. Ratios. Hooray, you guys did a great job. Thank you.